Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for tuning in today. I'm Aja Goare. In the wake of the Florida school massacre, several retailers like Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods are now imposing their own restrictions on gun sales. This as the president breaks with the NRA and fellow Republicans on gun control. CBS's Aja Goare has more.
Florida Governor Rick Scott highlighted his $500 million plan Thursday morning to improve school safety and mental health.
I want significant law enforcement presence at every school in the state.
There was a large police presence Wednesday when students at Stoneman Douglas High School returned to class for the first time since the deadly shooting. Meadow Pollock was killed in the rampage. Her father watched the students come back.
I like seeing the kids going to school. I like seeing kids that are alive and moving on with their lives.
Kroger is the latest retailer to say it is raising the minimum age to 21 to purchase firearms and ammunition from its Fred Meyer locations. The company joins Dick's and Walmart, who announced similar moves Wednesday.
We have to act.
President Trump is demanding stricter gun control. At a bipartisan meeting with lawmakers Wednesday, the president surprised many with his comments, saying he would even support bypassing due process to take guns away from the mentally ill.
Take the guns first, go through due process second.
The president even criticized lawmakers from his own party for being too fearful of the National Rifle Association.
I think there was a lot of excitement afterwards that he might actually lead on this, and we need that.
The president tweeted this morning some of the ideas in the meeting were good, some not so good, and he once again emphasized the need for stronger background checks. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, the White House.
Meanwhile, classes are canceled at a North Georgia high school today after police arrested a teacher for firing a gun inside his classroom. Jesse Davidson faces 6 charges, including making terrorist threats and aggravated assault. The teacher has had problems in the past, but the principal says he was an excellent teacher who was fit to be at work. No one was injured. And here in Montana, 2 Hellgate High School students are in police custody after someone heard them talking about a gun outside the school. The principal says one student possessed a pellet gun that looked like a small pistol at the front doors of the high school. We're told it does not appear the student intended to use the gun at school or threaten anyone inside. Still, both students were detained by Missoula police. The principal says the 2 students will face out-of-school and legal consequences. For the first time this flu season, a Montana child has died from influenza. The victim, 10-year-old Chloe Lai. Chloe was a 4th grade student at St. Francis Catholic School in Billings. School officials tell us Chloe's first symptoms occurred Sunday, and as they got worse, her parents rushed her to the hospital. She passed away Tuesday afternoon. The school's principal says it's been a difficult time for everyone at the school. A Forsyth man is in the hospital today after the sheriff says he was shot by his father-in-law last night. The Rosebud County Sheriff reports a 56-year-old man and his 53-year-old wife had an argument involving a gun. The woman's 74-year-old father intervened and exchanged gunfire with his son-in-law. The younger man was struck in the calf. The sheriff says the victim drove himself to the hospital. He was then transported to a Billings hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The incident remains under investigation. The man who kidnapped and killed Sydney school teacher Sherry Arnold in 2012, now accused of trying to kill a fellow inmate. Michael Spall is serving a 100-year sentence at the Montana State Prison. This new offense stems from a brutal assault at the state prison at Deer Lodge in April of 2016. Court documents filed just last week in Powell County allege Spell gave a lock to inmate Thomas Lanham to assist in killing inmate James Marshall. Spell allegedly held Marshall while Lanham beat him with the lock until they believed the victim was dead. If you recall, Spell claimed he was mentally disabled and did not know his actions were wrong when he killed Arnold. Lanham is serving time for rape and burglary out of Flathead County. The FBI now joining the search for a missing Browning woman. 20-year-old Ashley Loring, also known as Ashley Heavy Runner, was last seen in June of 2017. In a press release, the FBI said the Bureau of Indian Affairs requested its help to find Ashley. The FBI will be able to bring in additional resources for this investigation. The family says it is relieved the FBI is finally involved. The BIA and Blackfeet Tribal Business Councils are each offering a $5,000 reward for information about Loring's disappearance. A school bus company could face legal action after a 5-year-old girl was found walking along the highway this week. Kelsey Semple wrote on Facebook that she put her daughter on the bus that morning, but later got a call from the school saying her daughter was absent. Semple was on her way to Big Sky Bus Lines when she received a call from the Cascade County Sheriff saying they had her child. Semple learned her daughter had fallen asleep on the bus and woke up at the bus depot. The girl then pushed open the doors and was seen walking along Old Havre Highway, flagging down drivers for help. The general manager of Big Sky Bus Lines says she is shocked this happened, but said the company is taking full responsibility.
Unfortunately, this can't define our team. We have a great crew of people that do a great job, and we care about kids. We care about the safety of kids. It was a human error, and we're very, very sorry that it occurred.
The bus driver did return to work. Big Sky Bus Lines continues to investigate. A Havre man is lucky to be alive after he was trapped in the bitter cold for 7 hours. Tim Harmon was driving to Conrad when he got stuck in the snow on the side of a rural road. Harmon got out of his vehicle without his coat to see just how stuck he was. When he tried to get back into the truck, it was locked. He walked about 10 miles, trudging along for nearly 7 hours before he was spotted by a driver. Harmon was rushed to the hospital where he was treated for severe frostbite. He must see a team of doctors 3 days a week for the next couple months, but said he's just lucky to be alive. And that is an important reminder that these cold conditions can be deadly, Ed, and you said it's not going to slow down.
That's right. We've had bitter cold wind chills, some record cold temperatures across the region, both for several days and then also for the month of February. So as we move into March, let's take a look next week. We're just going to move the calendar up a little bit, and the trend in the 8 to 14-day forecast. Overall, you can see for much of western U.S., including all of Montana, northern Wyoming, the Dakotas, is trending colder than average. And at the same time, the precipitation may be a little bit higher in western Montana, but we may get some drier weather, especially in northeastern Montana. Equal chances of above, below, or normal precipitation in the non-shaded areas. We'll come back and take a look at that forecast in a few minutes.
Thanks, Ed. We'll check back in. Montana Governor Steve Bullock was on hand Wednesday to explain how $1 million in state funds will help implement community-based suicide detection programs. Montana currently has the highest rate of suicide of any state in the nation, a fact Governor Bullock calls unacceptable. Some of the grant money will be used to launch new evidence-based suicide prevention programs that will be available to emergency rooms across the state. That app, which has been in trial use at Billings Clinic, uses a questionnaire to help determine whether a person is at risk of suicide. And the next step is to install the hardware for the program so it can be utilized at hospitals statewide. The $1 million in suicide prevention funds comes from a bill passed by the 2017 Montana legislature. Before we get to break, Bishop George Leo Thomas of Helena will soon be installed as Bishop of Las Vegas. Pope Francis named Bishop Thomas for the position. He'll be installed as Bishop of Las Vegas on May 15th after serving as Bishop of Helena for nearly 14 years. Bishop Thomas was born in Anaconda and is a graduate of Carroll College. Bishop Thomas dedicated 3 new churches and ordained 18 permanent deacons and 14 priests for the Diocese of Helena. He also oversaw the lawsuit and settlement of sexual abuse accusations of children during the time period of the 1930s until the 1970s. Still ahead on the new news, a pilot comes to the rescue of an endangered chimp. More of this adorable video from the sky when we come back. But first, Ed has your weather forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching MTN News with Aja Goare, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and farm and ranch news from the Northern Egg Network. This is the new